Hi, my name is Ace Connors, and this is my business plan. I decided to choose my own brand, Suburban Hood. Next topic. All right, so the motto for Suburban Hood is an everybody brand. It's literally as you can see, in everybody brand we are for everybody. We don't care if you're white, black, Asian, gay, straight, lesbian, Republican, Democrat. We are here for you. It was established go back to the other slide, please. It was established in 2019 when right before I was going to college. I decided to just make a joke called the Suburban Hood because I lived in a community where people were literally from the suburbs but try to act like they're from the hood. So I made it as a joke, threw a party, sold 50 shirts there, and here we are today, Suburban Hood. Next slide. Next slide. So Suburban Hood needs to exist because we are an everybody brand. Suburban Hood appeals to people in the country, hood, suburbs. There's no other brand bringing all of walks of life together. Next slide, please. All right, so Suburban Hood focuses on making sure each community is represented when it comes to having merchandise. Suburban Hood is also partnered with a nonprofit that fights for human rights and homeless women in America. So last summer with Suburban Hood, we threw 2 marches with over 50,000 people in Washington, D.C., and we also, with the help of Suburban Hood, we were able to donate over $4,000 worth of women's feminine products to our local shelter with Suburban Hood. So Suburban Hood is not just a brand, but it's also deals with many other issues as well. Next slide, please. All right, so market. To be honest, Suburban Hood's market is very broad. We really market to anybody that can breathe, meaning we're here for everybody. As you can see, these are Suburban Hood condoms. And the goal was to just say we support safe sex. And also the goal was also we want to show some love to the LGBT community. So we have literally the rainbow, and like I said before, like we're a brand for everyone. Next slide, please. So financing. Right now, Suburban Hood is not, we don't take any loans. We're not literally funding with anybody else. It's literally coming out of our own pocket. So for me, I'm still a struggling college student. So sometimes I invest, sometimes I can't. So that's where the money's coming out of right now. Next slide, please. Our competition. So to be honest, if you ask me, I don't think Suburban Hood, we don't have any competition. I really don't feel like we're our own person. I do not look at other competitors as in, ooh, they're doing this or they're doing that. No, that's not me. But if I had to look at it, I would say some of the brands, it's kind of weird if you think about it, but I admire would be like Simply Southern and Salt Life. See, the thing about them, they don't just put their brand names and logos on a shirt. They put it on anything, any type of merchandise. For example, as you can see Suburban Hood, as you said in the last slide, I had it on condoms, we have shirts, but we also have rugs. So if you have a bottle, we're gonna put Suburban Hood on it. You have a flag, we're gonna put Suburban Hood on it. Any pen, we are going to put Suburban Hood on it. Next slide, please. Why us? Well, first of all, the staff of Suburban Hood, we're all Army brats. So we literally live for myself. I've been to, every 2 years I move. So when you've moved, you get to learn other walks of life. For example, when I was in Toronto, I lived in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood. So guess what? I learned predominantly Jewish things. When I went to Scotts Branch, a predominantly black school in rural South Carolina, guess what? I learned African American culture. When I lived in Washington, D.C., I went to predominantly mixed culture, Asians, Afghans. So I learned how to co-ed with everything. So with that being said, with my staff having the same experience I'm having, now we are able to literally think of new things by the day to branch out to different communities. And that's why the world needs Suburban Hood. Next slide. So milestones. So first things first, Suburban Hood is not like, no diss to the other projects or nothing, but Suburban Hood is actually a real brand. Last year, I was blessed to have, as you can see, my Suburban Hood billboard in 5 Point, South Carolina. So that's another way of how we market. Last year, actually, we also had many radio features for Suburban Hood. So those are just some of the milestones we have conquered, and we are just going to keep going. So next, and also, Suburban Hood is also a registered trademark. So next slide. All right, marketing and sales. So for Suburban Hood, the brand, What we do is we really like to utilize Instagram. As you can see, Suburban Hoodwear is Instagram. We have over 1.2K followers. We're averaging over about 150 likes each post. We get a lot of our businesses, we get a lot of our business off of Instagram, and not just our site, which is our site right here. So for marketing, like I said before, we use billboards, we do radio, we do competitions on Instagram, we use hashtags. So really our big marketing scheme is literally in your face for the billboard, but also right there on your phone, easy. Next slide, please. Operations. So our locations and facilities. So one of our main headquarters, I would say, would be in Columbia, South Carolina. It's our old house, but we still have it, and that's where I keep all my my fabrics. That's where I keep all my stuff. Our next one would be 572 Buzzley Street in Orangeburg, South Carolina. That's where I'm located now. So in the garage, that's where I have a lot of my stuff at. That's where I have my sewing kit, all my designs right there. And then another storage unit in Manning, South Carolina. That's just where we keep all the extra product. And we also have a private vendor out in Dominican Republic that helps us manufacture our stuff. Next slide, please. Our target market. So in the major city, like I said, because I live everywhere, we have a target market of everywhere. That's why we don't have a market. We're just an everybody brand. It is 25% in major city, 25% in rural areas, 25% in the suburbs, and 25% in the hood. So with that being said, like I said before, for the target market, it's broad. We're everywhere with it. We'll sell you anything. Next topic, please. All right, so Suburban Hood's revenue is based off of last summer's revenue. So last summer, Suburban Hood was able to roughly make $6,000 in merchandise, and over 2,000 people visited the site. And that's www.suburbanhood.store. Please get some Suburban Hood. But next year, we're trying to double the profit margin. We're trying to get more organized. And Suburban Hood spends most of its profit in investing back into the brand. So yeah, we take some out for our own, but if I make $1,000, I'm gonna just put it right back into it so we can just keep growing. Next slide. Okay. Thank you.